The last 24 hours for me have been very hectic in the community we call Black YouTube, because yesterday I released this video called Just Pearly Things Just Disrespected Black People in the Worst Way. And this video has over 104,000 views in the first 24 hours, almost 5,000 comments, which is a really good video for a channel of my size. And while so many people agreed with my sentiments in the video, very many didn't. But before I get into the monologue of what I want to discuss today, or kind of more of the centerpiece of the discussion, I want to play the two clips in particular back to back so that you'll see why I am doing what I'm doing. And I'll just use those two clips and then I'll come back.
The argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, you know, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
Yeah, I deny some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna be in trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible. It was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
yeah.
I was like, STEM, no. They all said I was crazy. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Austin.
Well, but hey, you're very industrious.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of people that would like to be a YouTuber because they'd like people to care about their opinions and like what they ate for lunch and, you know, things about my life that just make sense or whatever. But how many people could make a company and deal with the things you deal with, you know, like recruiting and, you know, because I mean, not on the same scale as you, but I do things and it's tough. You know, it's a business. It's fun in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, it's a business. And that is a German attribute, to be industrious. I'm Italian. The only times I'm on time for things is when I like get the time wrong, when I think I'm supposed to be there way earlier than I'm actually supposed to be there. Because I thought I was supposed to be here at 3.
Oh, really?
That's why I texted you. I texted you, I'm on my way, because I thought I was already 10 minutes late when I was leaving.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Blessing was more late African.
Well, he's black.
Yeah.
So the person that she is talking to is Nick Fuentes. This is important. Nick Fuentes. Now, who is Nick Fuentes? Well, don't take my word for it. Let's go to more of a reputable source. Nick Fuentes, if we look at him on Wikipedia, what does it say? And I know that Wikipedia can be off sometimes, but this seems to be what I would see from what I've researched about him accurate. It says this: sad music. Nicholas Joseph Fuentes, born August 18th, 1998, is an American white supremacist political commentator and live streamer. A former YouTuber, his channel was permanently suspended in February 2020 for violating YouTube's hate speech policy. He is known for holding anti-Semitic views and denying the Holocaust. Fuentes identifies as a member of the incel movement and as a supporter of authoritarian government and a Catholic integralist and a Christian nationalist. Let me click on the term of white supremacist. Okay, white supremacy is the belief that white people are superior to those of other races and thus should dominate them. The belief favors the maintenance and defense of any power and privilege held by white people. White supremacy has its roots in now discredited doctrine of scientific racism and was the key justification for European colonialism. So I just want to put myself into her shoes, okay? Now, if she is not a racist person, let's just think about this. She's made the majority of her money trying to do a lot of collaborations with black YouTubers. She's even tried to reach out to me before. Of course, that's a no-go, all right? But if you look at the people that she brings onto her channel, Brittany Renner, recently MTR, which is Media Tutorials and Reviews, people like that, she's trying to build somewhat of a team based on the black community. A lot of people work for her are black, all right? Just black. So that we know. We know that from just looking at her live streams. Look at her thumbnails. Most of the people are who? Black. Melanie King? Black. Okay, so follow what I'm saying. You have black people who come into your studio, and then you fly out an American white supremacist who, based off his theory, looks at black people as below him. That's what all white supremacists do. It doesn't matter if they like black people, if they like black individuals. Some people even sleep with black people. But the core values are what? Whites should rule over blacks because we are better than them. Then you mentioned that the person comes late. She's African. Then you talk to him about, you don't think that slavery is a real thing or it didn't happen to that much in front of the black people that you hire. Now, I want you guys to put yourself in the shoes, right? In these shoes. Imagine you lived in Israel. You had a podcast called Just Pearly Things. Could you invite Nick Fuentes, who is anti-Semitic, into that podcast in Bethlehem, Israel, or in Jerusalem, or any big city there? And then you have Jewish people that work for you, and let's say they're late. Can you say, sad music, haha, you're late, Jewish person? No, you could never say that, right? The Jews would never even allow you to come there. You would immediately be shut down. But here's how other black people who comment on my channel take it. Let's look at Lucky and now. I believe in calling a spade a spade. She didn't say anything that isn't true though, at least not for everyone. You ever heard of African time? No one is perfect at the end of the day. Yes, too bad, Lucky. She is saying that in front of a white supremacist, which you give that a complete pass, right? And again, it's okay if it's a white woman. And that's why nobody who thinks like Lucky Enam will ever have anything. Nobody will ever respect anybody who thinks like him, okay? No Jewish person thinks like this and successful. No Asian person thinks like this and successful. The blacks think like that and have nothing based on that. It's okay in calling a spade, even if it's in front of a white supremacist who feel that your black employees are genetically less than he is. Let's look at somebody else. Christopher Walker on my video commented, maybe I'm a part of the minority, but I don't really see what she did wrong exactly. I am a black person who is most definitely pro-black, but I don't see the extreme nature of the situation, especially within the context. With the context, this is where he's really messed up. How can you be a pro-black person and you're okay with a white person who has hired black people having a conversation with a white supremacist and you call yourself pro-black? This is how sick some brothers are. I'm telling you, you expect some brothers like this, and no disrespect to the brother, but this is why black men don't have anything. Brother Walker, he's not a pro-black. You cannot be pro anything. Being okay with a white supremacist, making a joke about blacks, I don't care if it's true or not. No other group who is pro their people will ever accept that. But that's what's wrong with woke pro-blacks. Phony, lukewarm pro-blacks. You can never be like this and because you're pro-black. You're pro-buffoon. And that thinking, but you're definitely not pro-black. Let's continue. The first accusation was a big stream and a reach, but the second accusation was a huge reach too. Okay, so the first accusation was he's talking about Jason Black's video about, Africans being late. And the second accusation was a huge reach too, right? The second accusation was brought up because the stigma of black people being late is a stereotype we all participate in. She didn't say the guy's name because he's black. She said the guy's name because he was late and is late most of the time. She said African, then she laughed after the guy said he's black. Dima, stop the show. Dima, go back once the guy said, oh, he's late because he's black. And look at how she laughed after that.
Well, it's okay. Blessing was more late African.
Well, he's black.
Yeah.
In front of the black person talking to the white supremacist, Mr. Walker, let's go. That ironically goes to a stereotype that is portrayed towards black people. Then the male guest entertains her statement by saying because he's black. With the context given, is Pearl in the wrong for stating that her employee was on time, who is usually late by her joke? Again, context in the same way the guest white male is always late but showed up on time too. She's talking to a white supremacist who don't like black people, brother. The fact she even had that conversation with black people in the room is the wrong thing. That's why you brothers don't have nothing. That's why you're at the bottom of the barrel. That's why your women don't respect you. Don't nobody respect you, because black men, sometimes, not every black man, right? But y'all will make an excuse for buffoonery for other people to keep disrespecting you, and you wonder why you don't have nothing. That thinking right there. That's why black women don't respect you, brothers. That's why the white men don't respect you, brothers. And don't nobody take y'all serious that think like that. I'm sorry, I gotta tell the truth. No person of any race who love their people can accept that. That's why immigrants have things and we don't have nothing in the black community, because of brothers who think like that. But a white person, if you did that, they gonna slap you or they gonna try to get rid of you. Jews gonna persecute you if you talk about them. Asians gonna go to the Spotify and get your albums released. If you even talk about Chinese people, Asian people, gays, the same thing, but the black person makes excuses for why other folks disrespect your people. That's why you don't have nothing as blacks. Let's talk about this. Brian Brown stops. There's plenty of truth to it. Americans are lazy, especially the black race. I don't know who this person is, but this person, let's assume he's black. Now, Americans can be lazy and some blacks are lazy. But if black people are lazy, brother, how are they 20% of the military? Can't be 20% of the military and you lazy, or in sports and you lazy, or in healthcare and you lazy. Most black people work a full-time job, pay taxes. Can't be lazy when in slavery, the blacks was developing the country based off the slave labor. See, people who perpetuate these stereotypes about the people, that's why you don't have nothing. Stop letting other groups disrespect the black community. And this is why when y'all go to other communities, they look at y'all funny, some of y'all brothers. Not everybody. And then you think that somebody gonna come and support you. The Asian man, the white man, he got pride. He can never forget where he came from. He can never let nobody talk about him this way. But the black man is twiddling his thumbs, some of my brothers, is thinking like this. The lady is being disrespectful just by having a white supremacist there, brother. But in the room with the blacks, it's already out of pocket. I could never bring a white supremacist. I have Africans here. I could never bring somebody in the room that there's a white supremacist and have a conversation with them knowing I got black employees or African employees. I just can't even fix my mouth to do that. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.